Pedro from A&P-REACTS here with Nele from Elvellon, and I'm sure I just pronounced your name wrong.
Yes, indeed, you did. Hi. It's a German name, so no worries about the pronunciation. It's the right way to pronounce it would be Nele, actually.
I'm not going to try it because I don't want to offend you today.
That's all right.
And since we're on the pronunciation warpath here, there's a band that we decided to not say their name anymore because we can't pronounce it. They're the singers that brought us such songs as Du Hast. What's the proper way of pronouncing that band's name? Can you help me out?
That's actually Rammstein.
Rammstein. Do I have to really press on the R like Rammstein?
It's not the CH, the German CH pronunciation. It's
oh, like a cat.
Yeah, right. It's Ram. Say it. Right.
Ram.
Yeah, right. And then Stein.
Stein.
Right. Absolutely cool.
Rammstein.
Perfect. Yeah.
I'm going to have to record this so I can practice before we do the next video from them. Thank you very much. This interview is already worth it. I mean, we can hang up now and we can do whatever it is that we need to do on this Sunday, because this is already a winning formula for me.
That's cool to good.
I want to start by asking you about crowdfunding and the campaign that you guys did for Until Dawn for your record. How was the whole process of crowdfunding? And obviously it went well because you guys put out the record, but how was the whole process behind the scenes?
We had several concerts and people always asked us about a full-length album and when they can buy it and when it will be ready. And we already thought about the full-length album and we had a feeling that it was time to start the production of it. And the songs were ready, they were written and waiting to be recorded, actually. And then we were like, okay, how can we afford money for a good production, for a high-quality production? Because our EP was reviewed wow, this is just the EP, and it's already on high quality, and we wanted to keep this quality up. And then we decided to. We had some friends, some other bands from our hometown, and they already started some crowdfunding campaigns. And we watched their videos and we're like, yeah, we think this is the right solution for us. So we started to plan the whole process, how can we make a good video? And then we met at a location in Moers, that's our hometown. And just filmed it, recorded the sound and stuff, and hope to get our goals.
Was the crowdfunding as successful as you guys had imagined, or did it even surpass your expectations?
It was the complete opposite. We thought of the campaign's aim, is that the right word?
Goal aim, yeah. Yeah,
the goal. And we were like, oh my God, 7,000 euros. I don't know how much this is in dollars, but
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, indeed. We were like, oh my God, do we have the right fan base? And do we have enough fans and people who spread the word and stuff? And we were like, 7,000 euros wouldn't be enough for a high quality recording for a full length album, because all of the details we have in our music, like the orchestra and choirs and stuff. And so we thought about a lower goal and that didn't feel right. So we went for the 7,000 and we almost reached the double. Yeah.
So you guys pretty much have money to make another record like a year down the road.
Sorry?
Or you guys just splurge everything onto this one?
Oh, we we have to say that this is the first time we did something like that, and it was a huge project, really, and everything turned out like differently than we've expected it, and we needed more time to record some parts of the album, and then the label joined in, and we had to do some stuff that we didn't thought about, like the lyric video, and that cost us so much time and so much money. So all the money's gone.
Yeah. Nothing is free.
That's true.
Nothing is free. I wanted to ask you about that. Are you guys planning on releasing any other videos in support of the record?
Yeah, we do. That's what I said like 1 minute ago. The label expected us to have some videos, 2 videos ready, and that's a part we didn't think of. We were like absolutely focused on just producing this full-length album, and then they came up with, do you have like these 2 videos ready? And we were like, no, we spent all our money on the album. Yeah, and that was a bit difficult, but now we could afford some money for another video, and that won't be a lyric video. That's what I can say already, but everything else is a little secret.
Hey, secrets are good. That keeps everybody guessing and on their toes. I like that. I mean, to be honest with you, there's no bad songs on the album, so it doesn't really matter which one you guys pick. I'm sure the fans will be happy to see a new video.
Yeah.
The process behind the music, how do you guys work it out? Like, do you get the music and then you work on the lyrics? Do you work on the lyrics and then sometimes figure out what best music will fit into those lyrics? How do you guys as a band really create the music that you put together in this record?
First of all, there is Pascal, our keyboarder, and he just records like his little ideas and pieces of songs all together in a demo, and he shows us the results on a rehearsal sometimes, or just in private times, and yeah, then we decide together which piece of the whole idea, song, demo, whatever, we want to get and we want to work on. And then there's the team of 3 of us. That's Gilbert, Martin, and Pascal, who work on the music and the bombast and stuff. And after that, I join and give everything for the lyrics and yeah, for the singing melodies.
So it's really a team effort.
Yeah, absolutely. And we all put our own ideas into it, and we all want to be part of the music we play, and so each and everybody is asked to give their intentions into it. So
now there's no area that's a place that you would not go. For example, you don't play the keyboards, but are you guys open enough to the idea to let other members of the band give an idea on an area that's not necessarily their expertise?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think I can speak for all of us when I say that's very important to develop our music. That's how we got to the point we're now at. That happens pretty often. Yeah.
So it's important to have that kind of, for you guys as a band, it's really important to have that kind of dynamic between all band members where there's no boundaries, really. You guys just want to put the best music possible, the music that best represents the band. Therefore, everybody's free to input on everybody else's work.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Sorry, we got disconnected there for a second. You were saying somebody comes up to you and says something?
Yeah, I would be like, yeah, if there's someone who comes up to me and saying like, do this, do that, or whatsoever, I would say, hey, stop. There's like, this is a border, and you can't tell me what to do. I'm the singer, and I know what I do. You can give me your intentions, and you always have the chance to give me your ideas, and I can include them. Absolutely, that's no problem. But I think we all have this attitude of being the master of our own instrument. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, speaking of you being a master of your own instrument, your instrument is really your voice.
Yeah.
What do you do to keep it in shape, to keep it nice and crisp and ready to perform? Is there anything you do before a show, after a show, on a regular basis?
It's like doing a sport, pretty much, because if you want to have grown muscles and being in shape, you have to train. You have to keep on training. And that's what I do for my voice. I do this voice training and several stuff. I don't know how to explain it, really. Yeah, but there are exercises I have to do every day. And then there are exercises I do right before a show. Yeah.
So you have two routines. Let's put it this way. You have a regular workout, and then you have your pre-show workout.
Yeah, right.
Are you superstitious? Is there anything you do before going on stage, before a performance?
I try to breathe.
Really? And not break a leg.
Sorry?
And not break a leg.
Yeah, right. That's a very, very good idea. No, right before a show, I'm pretty nervous, really. And sometimes it gets that worse that I really have to keep on concentrating on breathing, just on breathing. And yeah, that's the point when I don't think of exercising or whatsoever. It's just breathing, really. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you this question. I hope you don't mind. Besides music, I believe one of the things you really like is tattoos.
Yes, I do.
You got some ink done this week, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. We've talked about this off camera. I have a multitude of questions around that because I have about 9-10 tattoos myself. I really enjoy getting a tattoo. Was it painful? Number one.
I've been dying. Really,
Did you have a whole sleeve done?
Yes, right. It's not finished yet, unfortunately, and I have to pay a ridiculous amount of money on a guy who really hurts me pretty much. So,
now, my second part of this question is: are you thinking of doing a crowdfunding to pay for the rest of the tattoo?
No, really not. No, I think our fans or whatsoever, they are not responsible for my tattoos, so I don't do this.
And my last question about this tattoo is: what's the design of your sleeve? Like, did you come up with the design yourself, or did you let the artist just like you give him an overall scope idea and then just let him go wild?
It's a mixture. Really, I came up with different ideas. I'm a person who never wanted to get tattooed without having a meaning for this tattoo. But there are parts on my body I like to keep in disguise, and I think a tattoo is a pretty beautiful idea for that. And so I asked him to put his own ideas into my ideas. And on the first session day, we sat 1 or 2 hours together to discuss all these ideas. And now I've got the result on my arm. You can see it.
Yeah, I can see a little bit of it.
Yeah, and it's a huge snake going around my arm, together with the skull, and the other arm will get a sleeve tattoo too, and this kind of mirrors like the bad and the good side of,
like the yin and the yang.
Yeah, right.
I personally, I just want to ask you one more, because I really enjoy tattoos. One thing I wanted to ask you is, for me, I personally have a rule of not getting tattoos from my elbows down, just because of my work. I don't want to have any tattoos on my neck or from below my elbows. Is there any place that you would say that for whatever reason you just don't want to have a tattoo on, that it's kind of like out of bounds, like your back, your neck, your face?
I think my face is something I don't want to try in like tattoo-wise, because I heard that this is the absolute most painful area you can get a tattoo on, and I don't want to try this. I've seen a lot of really beautiful tattoos on faces already. Yeah, and I'm absolutely into people who are tattooed like all over. I just like that pretty much. Yeah, I do. And I also have this little rule not to get tattoos like down here. The sleeve ends like here, and it's a black work one. Because of my job, my everyday job is caring for disabled people.
Wow.
Yeah, and I really love that. That's my passion besides music. Really.
Do you sing to them at any point in time?
Yeah, I had a dying client, and she always loved to listen to me when I sing. And we had a long time. We sat together singing, and that was pretty much fun. And she was about to die, and I sat next to her. That's a very emotional memory I have, really, because we spent years together, and we had a very cool bond, and we were really connected to each other.
Do you take inspiration from that role in your life, that job? It seems very personal to you and something that you really have a passion for, I can only imagine. So do you take inspiration in that into your music as well?
Absolutely. For me, all the emotion I put into our songs, this is nothing I put into lyrics or something, but besides, the lyrics are not my part of work in the music, really. I just put it in the emotion that you can hear in the songs, like in The Puppeteer. There's so much stuff I connect to bad memories and to the anger you sometimes feel. And it's kind of a therapy for me, really, yeah.
I really felt that. I mean, when I was listening to the record and then doing the album review, I really felt that a lot of the songs, you really came from a deep place. The emotion that was being brought out in the delivery of each song really came from a very deep place. Is that just a reflection of how you are? You really use that, almost like the music is sort of therapy for you as well?
Yeah, absolutely. That was my intention, that people can see me. It's not, some people say they feel like I do kind of a musical. I put kind of that into our music, but that's not true. It's pure me, really. Yeah.
I have to ask you this question, because it seems to be, we're living right now in a time where a lot of bands are doing cover songs, and really big and popular cover songs. I mean, Zombie was one of the biggest songs this year, the cover song that Bad Wolves did. Ghost just released It's a Sin, the cover song from Pet Shop Boys. Are you guys ever, did you guys ever thought or talked about perhaps doing a cover song, not necessarily from a metal song, but even a pop song or a more classical song, and incorporate it perhaps in a future album?
Oh, wow. I don't think we had this particular discussion yet, but it happens from time to time that we rehearsal and then get over to like covering some stuff Gilbert has on his mind from his other bands he had in the past. or from well-known bands like Nightwish or something. Of course, that happens, but we never talked about the particular thing like covering a song for a title on our album.
I think, I mean, at the end of the day, you guys do whatever you want. I think that a lot of bands, perhaps in the past, saw cover songs as not necessarily a cool thing. But I think, I really think if you can grab a song that's not even a metal song and really transform it and make it your own while still keeping the structure and the lyrics of the original one, I think it's really cool. and I honestly, I'm going to say something else. I really think you guys, when I was listening to your album, I felt that there was certain songs in the album that I thought to myself, and once again, I'm not a musician, so please forgive me, but this is, as a fan, this is how I felt listening to the album. There was a couple of songs in the album that I felt that you guys have perhaps the perfect tools, the perfect set of group of people to have a duet in the future, perhaps bringing another vocalist from a different band that you guys are close with, friends with, and creating a duet. I think you have the perfect voice to really interact with another person on a song and make it something absolutely incredible. Did you guys ever thought about that?
I might kind of advertise this because I did a duet on the new album from Lost in Grey. That's another band from our label.
It's coming on September, I believe, right?
I don't really know. I know the mix is done.
Yeah, that much I know as well.
Yeah, and I did a duet with the singer of that band, and went out pretty good. I like the result, and you might listen to it.
I actually plan on doing that because they've actually contacted me. They want me to check out their record to do an album review for them. Yeah. Because one of the band members is also on Rod, and that's another band that I really enjoy. Mm-hmm. So now you just gave me another reason to check it out.
Yeah, sure.
See, I was ahead of myself. I was already seeing you doing a duet, and meanwhile, here you are already doing a duet.
Actually, I enjoyed singing because my older sister, she's 1 year older than me, and we used to sing a lot together, and we had several duets on family parties and stuff, and that's why I started singing, really. Yeah.
So, and that brings me to a good question. Is there anybody in your family besides yourself and those duets with your sister? Is there anybody else in your family that has a musical background?
Half of my family, actually, because my mom's family is really musical and they all play an instrument, and my sister and I, and my mom, we're the only persons in that part of the family who doesn't really enjoy playing instruments, but we sing. Yeah.
That's an instrument on its own.
Sorry?
That's your own instrument. To me, that's even...
Yeah, absolutely. But if it comes to like parties together with that family, they all carry their instruments and you can see it, and everybody expects you to come to enter the room with like a guitar or whatsoever, and you just join in and you start singing, and they're always like, wow, we didn't expect that. Yeah, that's pretty fun.
These family functions must be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. It's weird and it's kind of odd. And as a stranger, I have to warn you, don't enter a family party at ours if you're not aware of it.
Now, does one that gets an invitation to one of these parties is it forced to bring an instrument? Like when I'm invited to a party, normally I bring a bottle of wine. If your family has a party, I have to bring like a tambourine.
Right. Yeah, that's it. You can bring a triangle if you want to. You can bring like I don't know, a drum or whatsoever, whatever you can find in your own place that makes a sound. Just bring it and join the round.
I would bring a cowbell.
That would be fine. That would be actually pretty good. Percussions are always in need.
If I'm ever in Germany, I'm definitely want to come to one of your family parties. They sound like an absolute blast.
Yeah, well, we're all such weirdos, really. We're all pretty I don't know, not from that place. But it's if you're open-minded, you can really enjoy it, and you can like party through the night, and you will go home like at 8 a.m. in the morning and will be absolutely blown away, and you will go to bed with one question on your mind: what the hell was that? Yeah, but it's pretty funny, really. Yeah,
it almost like it sounds like my family get-togethers minus the musical instruments.
Sorry.
Your family parties sound like my family parties, but we don't have any musical instruments.
I really can't tell if this is right because I don't know your family, but I would enjoy a party at yours.
Well, my family, it's like imagine your family and your parties. Now you remove the music and you add like dirty jokes, and then it's pretty much the same.
Oh wow, I love that. Dirty jokes are a pretty huge thing at my family too. Really.
Okay, so see, like yeah. I guess what we need to do on my side of the family is we all need to start picking up instruments so that we can take it to the next level. That makes you creative for like better dirty jokes. That is really funny. Getting back on a little bit more serious note, you guys were announced as part of Metal Hammer Paradise. Mm-hmm. How excited are you guys about that?
Absolutely. It's such an honor, really. I didn't expect that, to be honest, but then a booker from our label came up and said, well, there's a spot. And no, that's absolutely wrong. I'm sorry. I don't know sorry, I have to look this word up. Sorry, just 1 second.
I was going to say, tell me in German, and then I'll tell you in English, like I know German.
Does that work, really?
I don't think that's going to work.
Oh, just a second.
By the way, did you get a new laptop?
No, a friend of mine lent me his one, so I could do this interview today. That was pretty
so what we're taking from this is not only you need a crowdfunding for your tattoo, you need a crowdfunding for a new laptop.
I need a crowdfunding for my life. Really. Wow. My car is almost broken, so there are things I need money for, people. Yeah.
We need to call the guys at Das Auto, Volkswagen, and hook you up with a car.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah. But
then you can sing in their new commercials.
If I can make a choice or make a wish, I would really love to drive a Ford Mustang.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what's the obsession with muscle cars?
I have no idea. I'm not into the whole thing of muscle cars. I just like Ford Mustang. I'm in love with that car, like from the 1954 one.
Wow, you have a specific year that you
absolutely dark green cabriolet, and yeah.
Wow, so like if somebody showed up at your house like 2016 Ford Mustang, you'd be like, nah, it's not going to do it for me.
Yeah. No, of course not. I would be fine with a working car, absolutely. But that's really kind of my dream car. I would love to drive that one.
Wow. Well, if things go really well with the band, maybe the dream will come true one day. You never know.
Yeah, absolutely. But I have some people, who already gave me their choices of cars when I getting serious with the band. Like they come up at me like, Nele, you've got this band, and if you're successful, I would really love to have a Cadillac. So think of me once in a while.
So they're asking for stuff already.
Not in a serious kind of way. They're just joking, just kidding. But there are people who tell me that.
Before we go back to the Metal Hammer Paradise, because I really want to talk about that, I also have a dream car, but my dream car is like an old school pink Cadillac convertible with 2 fuzzy dice on the review mirror, and then some what do you call it? You know that carpet that has the fluff? I don't know, what do you call that? You know, like the 60s, 70s carpet, shag carpet. It's called shag carpet in English.
Okay.
To have a little piece of that across my dash, so you have all this fuzz.
Oh, yeah.
So when the wind is blowing, like the AC is blowing, you have the fuzz like kind of moving around.
Yeah.
With a little Hawaiian doll that moves around.
Yeah, if you appear with that car at one of my family's parties, you would be a star, really. They would love you. Yeah. But I've looked the word up. It's editor. The editor.
Oh, the editor. How do you say editor in German?
Redakteur.
Wow. Well, I've already doubled my German vocabulary today.
Oh, I can teach you another word. It's matches. In German, we say Streichholz.
Oh, that one is tough. I know one. I know schnell.
That's fast.
Yeah. Because I've gone to soccer games. I told this story before. I went to a soccer game, and there was a guy playing that looked like Bastian Schweinsteiger, but he wasn't. He was American. So I kept telling him,
Schweinsteiger?
Yeah, you say it much better than me. So let me go with it. Let's pretend I said Michael Ballack, because at least that one sounds a little bit better. So I kept telling it the guy, schnell. And I'm sure he was looking at me like, what the hell is this dude saying? Like, you know, but I had a great time. I was drunk, so it is what it is.
That's everything that counts, really.
Yes. So let's go back before we go down an absolute horrendous rabbit hole. Metal Hammer Paradise, the editor. Let's go back to that. The editor.
Yes. The editor. We were on a sampler on their. They sold a sampler CD together with the magazine 1 month before, I guess. And this is where the editor, I guess, noticed us and wrote an email and said, like, there's one spot for this festival left, and he would be absolutely fine if we would take that. And all of us were like, the hell, the editor of this magazine came up to us and asked us to fulfill like this one last spot. Let's do it. Yeah. And so we do it now.
Well, it's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. We really didn't expect anything of that.
No, I think you guys deserve it. Like I'm a big fan of the band. This album was absolutely incredible. To me, it was such a cool discovery to come across the record and listen to it, and I was completely blown away with everything about the record. Blew me away. The quality of the musicianship, the quality of the vocals, but I also really enjoyed how you guys integrated the lyrics with the music, with the album cover art. There was a lot of different pieces, like the dream catcher, the little boys holding a dream catcher, and you guys had a song. There's so many little pieces that are all interconnected together, and it's one of to me was one of those records that I feel really strongly about it. That every time you listen to it, you discover something new.
That was our goal. Actually, we wanted to create a piece of music where each and everybody can find their own place, and we wanted to give something to the audience where they can, like. I always made this. Sorry, the word is missing. I can remember that when I bought some new music, I listened to it. I was like, yeah, that was cool, and put it away for like half a year, and got back to it after these 6 months, and we're like, yeah, somehow this is kind of boring to me. I want to do something different, and that's what we all thought would be a very, very cool thing to do, to create a piece of music where you can go through, have a first experience, and then after that you can kind of dive into it and discover all these little details that keep you more connected to the story we're telling.
Yeah, I totally, that is to me is what sold me on the whole experience. And that's what kept me going back and listening to it multiple times. It's like watching a movie, a really good movie, like Inception, for example, where the more times you watch the movie, the more little pieces you've discovered of the story that you didn't discover before. Your record totally did that to me. I have one last question before I let you go, because I don't want to take any more of your time, because, you know, you never know. Maybe there's a guy passing around with a Ford Mustang and you're missing an opportunity of a lifetime.
Oh, no, sorry.
Any plans for 2018 for the rest of the year, shows, festivals that you guys can let us know? Anything in the works that you can share?
Well, I think we said everything already. There's, of course, Metal Hammer Paradise, and there are plans.
November, right?
Sorry?
It's in November, correct?
Right, yeah. Yeah, it would be absolutely awesome to like see all of you there. Yeah, plans for a second video for our record. Yeah, and everything else is...
I know you can't say much about the second video, but is it going to come out before the end of the year?
I can't make promises yet, because we made this experience with promising that, yeah, the album will be out in like fall, and then it happened to be winter, and then it happened to be in June. So I really don't want to make promises.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to go. You don't want to break anybody's heart. So on that note, I want to thank you very much for your time.
Oh, thank you.
For taking the time to sit down, talk to me, go down all these different rabbit holes, talk about your family, your favorite car, your dream car. This to me has been such a cool experience. You're such a lovely person. I really enjoyed the time talking to you. Thank you for talking to me.
It was good. I enjoyed it too.
And it was an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Now, I only want to ask you one little favor before I let you go. If there's a chance, when your tattoo is finished, can you post some pictures?
Yeah, of course. I will be so proud of it. There will be photos.
All right, perfect. Because I love tattoos, and I love checking out the tattoos, because it also gives me ideas for tattoos that I want to do. So.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for your time.
And same to you. Bye.
Bye.